Welcome to the Little League Baseball Regionals on ESPN. We're at Houghton Stadium in San Bernardino, California, West Region Game 1. San Ramon Valley Little League against Sweetwater Valley Little League from Bonita, California. West Region at a glance. 6 innings is regulation for the 10 to 12-year-olds. All roster players must bat in a continuous batting order. Already, bottom of the lineup kids have been a big factor in this region. Let's take a look at the West Region map. As we zoom in, 2 teams from California, 1 from Arizona, 1 from Hawaii, and a champion will head to Williamsport, Pennsylvania at the end of the week. Trey Bender alongside former Major League Baseball relief man David Ardsman. And David, California bragging rights are on the line here.
Without a doubt, 1958, Little League separated Northern California and Southern California. Northern California has 15 titles to them. Southern California, 37. So yes, bragging rights on the line.
Let's take a look at the Southern California batting order. Depth top to bottom. They've got power and small ball.
Yes, without a doubt, and what they use, they call it complete offense. Up, top to bottom, power, pressure on the bases, small ball, defense, pitching, they can do it all.
But they're going to be facing a good one in Ace Mason Hall, their leader in innings pitched.
Leader in innings pitched, leadoff hitter, he also the catcher. He is a complete baseball player, and he is the man.
He's the guy that threw a 1-hitter this year. As they're decked out in their orange. From the East Bay, 5 Northern California titles in the history for San Ramon Valley Little League, and for Sweetwater Valley Little League, they've won 3 SoCal titles. It's a lot of tradition, and these kids all know how to play baseball.
Without a doubt, all know how to play baseball. All just getting here out of these regions, out of these districts is tough for them. So they know how to play the tough ball game, the tight ball game. So look for some very good baseball today.
You know, to lead it off is Noah Kirk, and he is their leader. Great composure, has all the tools, and they lean on him not only with his ability on the mound, but swinging the bat. He has put up some big numbers.
Yeah, he starts the game off. He's going to start on the mound, start it with the bat. So look for him to lead this offense and get them going in the right way. And yes, he is related to Alejandro Kirk. Down the line a little bit, favorite athlete Mike Trout, favorite baseball player Alejandro Kirk, without a doubt.
As you'd expect, a great turnout for this one. Northern California and Southern California fans. Hall against Kirk as we get things started here. Game number 1, West Region play, and it's a fastball inside for ball 1. Bill Vacara is the home plate ump. Brian Riley, Tony Bogart, Dennis Ingalls first to third. All volunteer umpires here. Popped up high in the sky, a cloudy sky, and the shortstop Kaiser has it. 1 down. Got a feeling we're going to see these two going at it quite a bit, Hall and Kirk.
Yes. Again, they're both batting leadoff, so we're going to see a lot of them on the mound. Make sure you pay attention to Mason Hall, though, and how much he pitches, because he also is one of their catchers. They might have to take him out earlier than expected.
Jesus Quadra, clutch hitter, batting in the 2nd spot in the order, looks at strike 1. Big Padres fan, you'll see that a lot from these kids. Bonita, California, close to downtown San Diego in San Diego County. Fouled off.
Wants to be a sports commentator. You need to get him up here after the game.
3-man booth, maybe?
Let's do this.
Quadra playing first base. He's been mostly there this season. Very comfortable at that spot. How about the hoodie look there?
Yeah, the whole Southern California team rocking the hoodies. I will say this, there is audibly a difference in this game than we have seen so far in the regional. A lot louder, a lot more chants.
Fouls that one back. Quadra also plays basketball, flag football, and kickball. Kickball's kind of old school. Strike 3 called. Good location from Hall, 2 down.
Backup slider stayed over the plate. Quadra raises his hands, trying to say, no, this is going to hit me. Strike 3.
No easy outs in this Southern California lineup, though. The gentle giant, big-time hitter Leo Gonzalez will face Hall now. .511, 157 at the plate.
5'11". 12 years old.
Still growing.
It's a beast.
Time is called. He was hit by the pitch there.
Just on the shoulder, it looked like. I think he wanted to stay in there to hit, but you got to take your base.
Gets the high five. Steve Winnick is the manager. He's the third base coach. That's Joe Griffin, the first base coach. Zach Patterson also on the staff. This looks like a well-oiled unit from Southern California. They had a loss at district that forced them to refocus. They went 12-1, their record on the run to the title. Grant Milkey now. Field of Dreams, all about that Iowa cornfield. You know, Milkey's another guy. He has 10 home runs this season. What do you like from Hall so far? He's looking pretty sharp out there.
Looks calm on the mound. Looks like he's composed. We're not having the little erratic spots. Like he's been in these situations before. We were expecting that, and he's out there controlling multiple pitches. I love all of it.
One-two fastball, blows it by Milkey and ends the inning. The hit batter, but a couple Ks for Mason Hall.
Mason Hall showing all this stuff, multiple pitches, and ending the inning right here, pumping the high cheese.
Back at Houghton Stadium, scoreless, as it will be Northern California, their first chance with the stick. Group of kids who have won a couple state titles as 10 and 11-year-olds as well, and they've got a really impressive unit, and their pitcher is at the top of the order.
Without a doubt, Mason Hall just had that last inning, 2 strikeouts, batting leadoff, so a huge part of their team. He sets the tone on the mound at the plate. Again, like you said, this group has been together. 8 of them have been together for 3 years, so they know what it's like to play together as one team.
But they're going to be facing Noah Kirk, who has been the leader overall with his team, 55 Ks in 30 innings.
Yes, he's quoted as our guy from the head coach, the manager. And again, the leadoff hitter, the ace, the shortstop, the centerpiece of the team is on this mound.
We anticipate a good one. Both teams with depth in the lineup, excellent pitching, fundamentally sound. You mentioned these Northern California kids. They beat the defending champion El Dorado Hills in the semifinal, won the state championship via the run rule, so they can put big numbers on the board. So Hall against Kirk, here it is again, right at the in the first inning. For the second time.
Just a slightly different version of it.
Mason, their leader in home runs. Also plays flag football. And here's the first offering from Noah Kirk. And it's fouled off. Kirk had a two-hitter in their state championship game. They talk about his composure, and you could say the same thing about Hall on the mound.
Two years in a row, Hall has been the MVP of their Little League.
Fastball, got him. Didn't even get a full swing as he had him handcuffed there, one down.
Yeah, check this out. Just fooled at the top of the zone, not sure what to do. Kirk at the same time changing up his delivery, a little slow leg kick. Absolute firing heat at the top of that. Yes, good stuff. Angry fastballs, I like it.
Here's Meatloaf. Milo Kaiser. Strike one. His favorite food is ramen, but his nickname is Meatloaf.
You gotta figure this out, kid. Love it.
Pure hitter, but he falls behind Kirk 0-2. Noah Kirk off to a crisp start here. Fastball. Did he offer? No, says the first base umpire, Brian Riley.
Kirk loves that fastball up. Look for it all day. He has confidence in it. He's going with slider, fastball combination and really using that fastball at the top of the zone.
Strike three call. Back-to-back Ks to open things up for Noah Kirk.
It's really hard to hit as a hitter when you're throwing fastballs up and you're throwing kind of back up slider the way he is on the inner half of the plate. It is uncomfortable bats. You don't know what to do. It feels like it's going to hit you, and then it drops in for a strike. And he's got good stuff.
Now Camden Kangas, arguably their top hitter, left-handed stick. Kangas hit 2 home runs in their state championship win. And a .600 batting average, not too shabby.
That works. Kangas Khan.
Grounder to second. Tran. And that'll end the inning. Great start for Noah Kirk. Couple Ks and a ground out. Nothing on the board through 1 in San Bernardino. Sweetwater Valley Little League from Bonita, California, close to downtown San Diego, and lemons, avocados, They grow that down there, and obviously they love baseball. A lot of Padres fans on this roster, and a team that is a team that has really gelled 6 new players from last year.
Yes, and 11 miles away from San Diego, but very close to Tijuana as well. And there was a connection there, and where they almost set up a scrimmage with the Tijuana team that will be representing in Mexico at the Little League World Series. And one of the players, or a couple of the players, actually played with some of the summer team with some of the boys. So very close connection there. So they're trying to meet them out in Williamsport as well.
Mason Hall's second inning of work has allowed just 1 base runner, hit a batter in the first inning. Isaac Ramirez to lead things off, pulls it foul. Steve Winnick, the manager for Southern California, played college baseball at University of San Diego, Point Loma, and in the Mets organization. He does not have a kid on the roster, but coaching the kids for the love of the game, wants to give back to baseball. Oh, pulled the string on that one. Mason Hall.
Kind of seen 2 different off-speed pitches from Mason Hall. That slow slider, slow breaking ball right there, and a little harder one as well. So that acts as 2 separate breaking balls, even though they might be the same pitch.
That's driven to right. That's well hit, and it's over the head of the right fielder, Anderson, and up against the fence. Ramirez rounding second. He wants the triple. The throw not in time. He's in there.
Right after throwing that slow breaking ball, tried to beat him with a fastball up, and Ramirez was not getting fooled there. Went up and got it over the right fielder for a triple. Great job of hitting.
He had big hits at State, big hit here. Here's Sebastian Pino as he fouls off the first offering. Pino, their everyday catcher. And, you know, a run or 2 in this game could be big, the way these pitchers have pitched all season long. And there's a looper, and the shortstop is out there to get it. Kaiser gloves it, 1 down.
Thought that was getting over the shortstop off the bat, but the shortstop did a great job of going back, getting that ball, finding it, and keeping it in front of him.
Templeton Tran now the second baseman. He's also donning the hoodie in this 100-degree weather.
You know, you got to look good to play good.
He swings at the first one, hammers at the center, and that ball is off the base of the fence. Ramirez scores. And an RBI double for Tran, 1-0. Southern California.
The vocal leader of the Southern California team hits that ball hard. Gets them on the board. First one's on the board today, with that ball well struck to center field. Playing him to right center, but man, he hit that ball hard.
Couple extra base hits here in the second to grab the lead. And it gives Julian Sevilla, one of their extra hitters, a chance to drive one in. See how Hall responds now. He was so calm in that first inning, but they're aggressive early against him here in the second. Continuous batting order. Sevilla, one of those extra hitters, hit his first Little League home run this season.
I love it. King Julian is his nickname. Madagascar reference.
Takes a strike there, taking on the corner.
It's a good one. Favorite movie, The Sandlot.
You can't go wrong with that choice. That's fouled off, full count now.
Go hit a ball to the beast.
Hey, stay close. Stay close.
Ramirez started with a triple, brought home by a Tran double. Southern California looking for more here against Mason Hall. Got him to chase off the plate. And that's the third strikeout for Hall.
You're asking about how will Hall come back after giving up a run. Came back pretty well on a very good off-speed pitch down and away.
Now James Griffin, the center fielder, who has been a dependable player, not just with his defense, but as an overall guy. Swings at the first one, lifts that foul, and out of play down the first baseline. All right, this is a cool one. James wants his dream job to be an MLB sabermetric guy. You like that?
I like it. Good for you, James.
Crunching the numbers.
Favorite player, The Miz. I'm sure he enjoys looking at those numbers.
Those are pretty good.
Every time you look, it's something new he's doing.
That's fouled off, 1-2. A little bit of cloud cover here. The sunbrellas are out, but no sun issues to deal with for some of those fielders. We saw that be a factor a bit yesterday. Swing and a miss, he got him, chasing one high in the zone. Griffin strikes out. Strikeout number 4, but a run comes across on an RBI double from Templeton Tran.
See the strikeout right here. Strikeout number 4, mixing his timing up, fastballs, sliders. 4 strikeouts on the day.
San Ramon Valley Little League from the East Bay, population over 43,000, great baseball area. It's a team that has performed well with high expectations. They have played loose under manager John Audino, Leonard Hall, Greg Isom, the assistant coaches. That's part of it. The kids have been together a while, but they had to beat El Dorado Hills, the defending champion. That was a big hurdle for them to clear.
Not easy at all. Almost all the teams they had to go through in Northern California are just stacked powerhouses that know how to win. One of the philosophies of this team is the all-in and win every pitch approach. It doesn't matter what your role is, on the bench, on the field, know your job and be a part of a win.
Camden Perkis, the cleanup hitter, to lead it off as they were set down in order by Kirk in that first frame. First pitch swinging, drives it to left field, opposite field single. And they have their first base runner against Kirk.
This is a game that's going to be all back and forth all day. I don't see anybody running away with this. No one's going to back down. That's the difference. You might have, a pitcher step up and get the job done, or some hitters get the job done, but nobody's going to back down all day. They both have faced absolute gauntlets to get here, and there's no quit in either one of these teams.
This brings up B-Man, Brantley Brazil. They call him a Swiss Army knife. Does a little bit of everything well. Playing second base. His highlight this season, his first over-the-fence home run. Those inside the Parkers can be fun, but there's nothing like taking one out of the yard. Kirk with a good change of pace right there.
Yeah, watch that all day. He will mix that up, and that's the uniqueness of Little League, too. You can go out of the windup with runners on base. You're going to see pitchers do a lot of different stuff there.
There's the fastball, fouled off.
And if you see on that pitch, he had a little bit of, he was quicker in the delivery, but a little bit of delay right after the leg kick. Where the pitch before is all before the leg kick. It will be on and off. You're going to see different stuff with that. So as a hitter, what you do is you get your foot down. They're a quick pitch, but you get your foot down and you don't have try to do a big stride. Don't try to do a big leg kick. You have to time the pitchers up with leg kicks. Put your foot down and just be comfortable with your hands at the bat.
Check swing there by Brazil. The count's still 0-2. Fouled off. Boy, he's got good velocity on that. Kirk and Hall combined in this one so far 5 Ks. Driven to center. Griffin backing up. It's over his head. Perkis holding on at third. A double for Brazil.
Another big bat here. We've seen this a lot today. Driven to center field over that center fielder's head. You said neither team's gonna back down. They can play baseball all ways. Small ball, big ball, defense, running, pitching. Both of these teams, it's almost a perfect matchup.
So back-to-back hits, and that brings up Isaac Hairston. Ziggy, the center fielder. Got a crouch stance there. Interesting approach. See, he fouls off the first one. 10 straight strikes now thrown by Kirk.
Look for his speed. Coach Ism said he's the fastest 12-year-old he's ever seen.
Grounder to second. Tran only play at first. He gets Hairston. Run comes in. We're tied at 1 as Perkis comes across.
Perfect job of hitting for Isaac Hairston. Ball to the right side. You have no outs. 2 runners in scoring position. Get the ball on the ground side to the right side. Don't try to do too much with it and get that run in. Great job.
Now Michael Panagotakis, the extra hitter. Each team now with 1 run and 2 hits. This is a gap-to-gap hitter here at the plate. Grounder to second. Tran bobbles it. The throw. Wait. Run comes across. Northern California in front 2-1.
Another great job of hitting. Same thing. Runner in scoring position. Don't try to do too much. He just puts his bat out on the ball. Lets it go to the right side. This is going to be a tight game no matter what the score is. So, you know what? Score the runs when you can. Don't try to do too much with it.
An error on the second baseman, Tran, as Brazil scores. An impressive answer for the San Ramon Valley Little Leaguers. Dane Isom now. Did not offer, says Brian Riley down the first base line. Dinker Dane. He went on that one, says Brian Riley.
Collects arrowheads.
He's also a pug whisperer.
Favorite song, I'm Sexy and I Know It. I like this kid.
Here's the 2-1. Grounded to second. Tran flips to the shortstop for one. On the first, not in time. Good play there. How about that Tran to Ruiz to get the second out?
Great job by the second baseman. The flip to Ruiz. Very close to turning it. That would have been a wonderful double play. I do want to see if they want to check something out here. The second baseman was talking to the umpire. The runner didn't slide into second base. I don't believe, and that's what they want to have this little conversation about. If he had to pull off or slide into second base, he might have disrupted the turn.
John Odino, the manager. It's a Northern California team that is complete in all phases of the game. He got the explanation he wanted there. Blake Anderson at the plate with a runner aboard and 2 down. Oh, he's going old school with old Blue Eyes. Frank Sinatra is his favorite singer. Throw down to first, and back there safely is Isom. We'll have to get the base put back in place. The base is white and orange over there. Little looper to the pitcher, and Kirk gloves it to end the inning, retiring Anderson. 2 runs across, though, for Northern California. On 2 hits, they're up a run.
Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and a slice of sports paradise. Hammered, gone! Up and out of Williamsport.
Are you kidding me? Lay out like a superhero.
Great baseball ahead. Here we go.
Little League Baseball World Series in Williamsport. It starts on August 19th. And look at what California has done. They've doubled up the closest competitors, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, New Jersey, and Hawaii. And you just get a great sense that whoever wins this region is going to have a great chance again to win the whole thing.
Absolutely. You know, it's so hard just to get to this regional for these teams, and then hard to get through it. This is, you know, baseball country in Southern California, Hawaii, Northern California, you know, even in Arizona now. So it's just so hard to get even to here, and then getting through here, you know they're always going to do damage out in the Little League World Series.
Mason Hall has the lead now, 2-1, as he faces Asher Giglio, the third baseman, bottom part of the order for Southern California. There's a strike on the corner. Giglio, their utility guy, speaks Italian.
Can sleep standing up.
No, that's no way that would ever happen for me.
That'd be amazing.
Wouldn't that be great?
I'd be asleep everywhere.
Be careful what you wish for. There's the 1-2. It's upstairs.
Also the team clown. You have to have one on every team.
You got to have one.
Got to have the energy, the fun. He probably does the sleeping trick just to mess with people.
Stays away from that one. Full count now. He's a Padres fan, also an Ohtani fan. That can get tricky sometimes.
Ooh, be careful. Don't wear that jersey down at Petco.
Hall with the 3-2. Ball 4. Good at bat for Giglio to lead off the inning. How'd they get here? The Bonita kids, 5 Northern California titles in the history of that program. Look at this, undefeated. And the run differential, pretty impressive.
Very impressive. Again, that's a very tough district just to get through. Just to get to this point is incredible for them.
They have gelled well. There's a liner into center for Mateo Ruiz. He has a single, and the bottom part of the order doing the job here to open up the third.
We talked about this earlier with Utah, the entire lineup, top to bottom, getting the job done. Now you're seeing it with Southern California. Mateo Ruiz with that base hit, and keeping the rally going here in the third inning.
Last hitter in this continuous batting order, Tegan Cochran, one of their extra hitters. Cochran wanted to wear number 10 because of Jurickson Profar. You can be goofy and still love baseball. That's his combination. That's what the coaches tell us. Taking all the way right there.
Well, they're right. You have to be. As long as you can focus on the game, I love it when kids and players are goofy. They're having fun. Bring that joy. They'll make baseball fun again.
Lays the bunt down. That's a good one. First baseman's only play is the tag. Tags out Cochran, but he gets the runners moved over to second and third.
Great bunt, perfect spot. Runners on first and second with no outs. End of the lineup, perfect. You move them over, sacrifice the out for the runners in scoring positions. Now we're at the top of the lineup with your big boys coming up, and that's just a perfect spot. And there's nothing you can do as a first baseman. Pick it up, get the out.
Now top of the order, Noah Kirk. And this presents him a golden opportunity. An excellent hitter, hopped up to the shortstop, a little soft liner. Looked like it might have made its way to the outfield. This is a hard liner into center field for a base hit. Here's the throw to the plate. It's a good one. Giglio scores, but Ruiz holds up at third. Runners on the corners. We're tied up at 2.
Noah Kirk helping out his own cause. Obviously being the starter here for Southern California, but taking this pitch, it will drive it up the middle. He is a huge part of this team on the mound and the hitting. He is, and I quote, our guy. So that's a big time for him stepping up and tying this ball game.
Now Ruiz representing the go-ahead run at third with 1 out. Here's Jesus Quadra. Quadra, big fan of Fernando Tatis Jr. hammered way out in front of that one. He's setting up for the fastball here, isn't he, with that one?
I think so. Sometimes Hall slows his body down a little bit on the off-speed pitches, and I think these Southern California hitters are starting to see that a little bit. You want to keep your speed up. You want to keep your arm speed the exact same between fastball and slider. Sometimes when you slow it down, that gives a hitter a chance.
Fouls off that fastball, 0-2 now. You see the pitch count at 44. We'll keep a close eye on that. 6 innings regulation, but the max pitch count 85. Took something off that one. That's hammered to center. Hairston flags it down in front of the track. Pitching eligibility, we talked about. 85 is the max. Southern California taking the lead here as Quadra comes in after that hard hit ball to center field. Here it is. He needs 4 days rest, 66 plus.
Yes, and right now, 45 pitches, he's flirting with that 3-day rest period. You want to make sure you're below that, above it. There's also some more regulations when you get to being a catcher, some restrictions. So if he throws over 41 pitches, which he already has, he can't catch for the rest of the day, so he can't go in as catcher today. And if he throws more than 4 innings, if he was a catcher and he caught more than 4 innings, he can't pitch that day. So there's a lot of careful stuff. It's wonderful that Little League does this to watch arms and make sure to keep the safety of the pitchers and the catchers.
Quadra's RBI puts him in front. Leo Gonzalez at the plate now after Ruiz comes in from third base. Gonzalez hit by pitch first time up. He's got a little delay. You mentioned Kirk. He's got a little bit as well before he delivers the ball.
He definitely does it. He does it also, but he doesn't do it as much. And so again, he's more out of the stretch versus the windup, which gives you a little bit different look. You know, Noah Kirk is out of the windup the whole time. Mason Hall out of the stretch, so a little bit different in timing, but not as much. He doesn't do it as many times as Kirk.
And he strikes out Gonzalez. His 5th K. Mason Hall keeps this a 1-run game.
5 Ks here for Mason Hall. And when you said looking different looks for the hitters, switching out fastball slider and a fastball there by him.
Let's turn back the clock. 1991 San Ramon Valley Little League. Greg Isom on that team. You see him there kneeling closest to the coach. He's now the third base coach for this Little League program this year.
How cool is that to get to play for the same Little League as you're coaching and representing them in the national championship game, or winning the national championship game, going to the world championship game? How about this, in the first round in the Little League World Series, they beat Florida team, and Ron DeSantis was on that team as well. But now he gets to coach this Little League. It's such a cool full circle moment for him.
Gets to coach his son Dane, who we have seen out here already. It's been an entertaining game so far. Southern California up 3-2. They've out-hit Northern California 4-2 in this one. Noah Kirk facing Parker Petty, bottom half of the third. Kirk gave up a couple runs in that last frame.
Kirk gave up a couple runs, but then his offense came out and did a wonderful job of scoring a few runs, getting him that lead, and so hopefully he get a little bit more comfortable. Again, it's so powerful as a pitcher knowing that you can give up some runs and your offense is going to pick you up.
Fastball's outside. Parker, a Dodgers fan up there in Northern California. That might not go over well with all those Giants fans.
Oh, yeah, same thing. You can't wear a Shohei Ohtani jersey in San Francisco or San Diego. What are you guys doing?
Piece of that one.
I'll say this: at least they're on the East Valley. Yeah, they're over there a little bit. They probably used to be A's fans, maybe. So
they used to be, so they've got to pay.
That's okay. I'll give them a pass.
You get another choice. That's over the pitcher's mouth. Tough play for the shortstop, and he makes it. Ruiz with a gem on defense.
Ruiz, what an incredible play. There's nothing you do as a pitcher. You just got to watch that ball fall over your head. But when you've got a stud when Ruiz at shortstop, you know those plays are going to get made.
Man, all in one motion there from number 7. Luke Guevara takes a strike.
Look at these numbers. We got a bunch of numbers in the 40s, 99.
You're a big number guy, right?
Yeah, well, I'm a relief pitcher.
Okay, you just got to have a big number. Yeah.
Yes. 53, 54. I was 33 a little bit with the Giants. My generation, though, you couldn't wear 99. Ricky Vaughn, like, it was kind of one of those things. You just let that be. Now it's cool again. Maybe they're all Gretzky fans.
Manny Ramirez, maybe? 2-1. Misses.
I always like when the guys wear 42. We have one on our team, and such respect for Jackie Robinson.
Southern California taking the lead with a 2-run top half of this third inning. 3-1 to Guevara. Full count.
Another Dodger fan, Freddie Freeman, his favorite baseball player.
And street tacos. That's a great call right there. Payoff pitch. Right back to the mound. Kirk fields it, underhands it, 2 down. Northern California, we talked about how they beat the defending champ El Dorado Hills, but their bats caught fire down the stretch. They had 17 hits in the state championship.
That works. Scored a lot of runs that way.
And you mentioned the competition. It's same true in Southern California, but I mean, you're running the gauntlet. You're running through some really good teams. As Jackson Aldino fouls off the first offering.
District 42 it is. That is a tough district to get through. Just getting through that feels like a state championship. Feels like a regional title, just getting through that district.
Jackson, the son of the manager, John. All the intangibles, great work ethic, and his dad was really raving about that, how proud he is of the work he puts out on the diamond. And a strikeout for Kirk. Makes it a 1-2-3 inning. Keeps this one-run game.
Kirk finding his stride, getting comfortable again. Gave up a couple runs in the second inning, but now he's getting his strikeouts left and right, feeling it.
A well-played West Region Game 1 as we look at our game track. Two fundamentally sound teams here. It's been a joy to watch.
Yeah, both of these teams have talked about what it's like to be together, to be like one unit. They can both hit, they can both play defense, they can both pitch, and we're kind of seeing it right here. And both pitchers are starting to get in a little bit of a groove. SoCal got a couple runs last inning, but both pitchers look really good and look really strong right now.
Mason Hall will deal against the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Grant Milkey to lead things off. That's driven to the left center field gap, and it's out of here. A line drive home run for Milkey.
So much excitement out of this Southern California group. Loving it. And you have to love Little League Mason Hall going out there and giving him a high five as he's rounding second base. But he got every little bit of it. Didn't even have a full swing on it. Let go of the bat right at the end of the swing. Line drive, like you said. And you love the excitement out of these kids.
That's his 11th home run this season. And the first home run of any regional game here in San Bernardino. This is our 6th game here when you combine the Mountain, Northwest, and West regions. Isaac Ramirez, he tripled his first time up. He hammers it down the line, and it curls foul. He got a hold of that one. Ramirez has had a couple big swings here against Hall. Inside with that offering. His favorite app is Baseball 9. Video game MLB The Show. Good choice. Full count. That one's going to find its way to left field. A soft liner, but Ramirez now 2 for 2. Little League Baseball Regionals continue with Little League Around the Bases presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Our whip-around coverage of every region hosted by Matt Schick and Mike Rooney. 1 to 9 Eastern, streaming live on ESPN Plus currently. So they have found some success here, the heart of the order against Mason Hall.
The one thing I'm seeing with Mason Hall is he's just starting to slow his delivery down when he's throwing his off-speed pitches. That gives the really good hitters an opportunity to see it. They don't have to sit there and judge fastball or slider. You want both pitchers to look exactly the same out of the arm. And as we see his pitch count getting up to 58 pitches, 36 strikes, 22 balls, that kind of gets us to that in-between spot. 65 is the next pitch limit for him. That would push him to 3 days rest, but he is staying in the ball game. If I was a pitching coach, I'd be telling him, hey, don't slow down on these off-speed pitches. Throw them with the same conviction as your fastball, and that will keep these hitters off balance. But right now, as a hitter, you know what he's kind of throwing on each pitch, so you can get comfortable in the plate.
He did have a couple complete games during district play. Here's Sebastian Pino fouling off the first pitch. SoCal has out-hit Northern California 6-2 in this one. Pino, a Tony Gwynn fan. You knew you'd read that with these kids from the San Diego area. One of the greatest hitters of all time.
Needs to be more of that. We need to see that more often. God, amazing hitter.
Fly to left center. Isom tracks it down. 1 down. He had to run a little bit to get there.
Good read right off the bat, going to his left and getting to that ball. Almost had to dive, but that read at the very beginning, seeing it off the bat, made it so he could be standing up and catching it.
Now the vocal leader for the Southern California team, Templeton Tran. He doubled, driving in a run in the second inning.
And outside of that home run would have been the hardest hit we've seen so far.
It's not just about baseball for this kid. Big Lego collection, plays soccer, plays the cello. Again, these musicians, how do these kids, they've got so much on their plate. It's impressive. They get up some range to play the cello, I think. I'm not an expert in that category.
I never could play it. I didn't have the tempo, don't have the rhythm.
Didn't have the tenacity?
No.
Passion?
I like this, though. Trevor Hoffman as his favorite baseball player.
Time called.
One of the greatest closers of all time. Almost his entire career there in San Diego.
Off speed, misses. Snap throw down to first, and back into the bag is Ramirez. You could talk about relievers all day.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you want to go back to Bruce Sutter and Riley Fingers, you can do that as well.
Yeah, there's nothing like Trevor Hoffman. Opening day at Petco Park, I was pitching in it.
There's a liner by Tran. That's going to run all the way to the fence. Ramirez rounding third, going to wave him home. No throw, home, he scores. And they add to their advantage.
Tran, 2 doubles already on this game. 1 to center, now 1 to the left field corner. He is feeling it. Yes, so I know a lot of these kids are obviously Padre fans coming from San Diego, just south of San Diego, but opening day in MLB history for Petco Park. I was with the Giants, my second game of my career. Trevor Hoffman come opening to close the game out. You're hearing Hell's Bells, the stadium going crazy, lights turning off. And there's nothing like seeing him pitch, throwing changeups and fastballs at 85 and just getting the job done. He was an incredible pitcher.
Wow.
That is one of the best ballparks in baseball. Went there last year on July 4th.
Love the setting.
Love it, the energy, the excitement.
Sevilla with a slow roller. Pitcher Hall, nice play. Underhanding it to first base to retire Sevilla. That does advance Tran to third with 2 down.
Great play by Hall. Coming off the mound really well, fielding it, and just getting the ball to third. Everything he had to do to get that ball, get that out.
So 2 runs across already in this inning. Now James Griffin. Out of their 8 hits, 4 have been extra base hits. A home run, a triple mixed in there. Griffin plays the piano.
About to say, another musician. Collects Rubik's Cubes. Of course he's the sabermetrician.
Taking, and it's ball 4. He's on. Good at bat for James Griffin. Runners on the corners now. And now the pitch count, something we need to keep an eye on. 71 for Mason Hall. Again, the max pitch is 85. And we're in the 4th.
And at 66, if he gets to 66, he'll have to take 4 days of rest. Right now, it's just on that 3-day count. Again, if he gets, oh no, sorry, he's past the 66. I was past that. It's the 85 that matters.
Yeah, and you wonder now, though, in the 4th, he'd love to get out of this frame right here with Giglio up there. Can still get it done, but
biggest thing, keep it to a 5-2 ball game. I know you have first and third, a lot of pressure on you right now.
That's a liner and a base hit to right field. Opposite field single for Giglio. Make it an extra bag at second and third now. Tran scores 6-2.
Great job of hitting down the line just over the first baseman. An even better job of going to second base and not even second guessing it, just running straight to second base, the runner from first advancing to third.
And that ball gets away from the catcher. Good job by Audino to locate the ball and keep the runners put at second and third. Mateo Ruiz singled his last time up. Grounder, past the third baseman, run scores. Looked like it was the shortstop's ball there, but Kangas coming over, got a glove on it, but wasn't able to secure it. Griffin scores, and it's 7-2. Giglio is at third now, with Ruiz at first, an error.
Always a really tough play for a third baseman. If you've moved directly to your left, that's your ball. You have to go, you try for it, go take it. If the shortstop's trying to move to his right and up, there's probably really no chance you're gonna get the runner out as we see a pitching change here.
So that'll be it for Mason Hall. 7 runs on 8 hits, 4 runs across already here in the top of the 4th for the Sweetwater Valley Little Leaguers. Southern California in front here at Houghton Stadium. Little League Baseball Regionals continue with Little League Around the Bases, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Our whip around coverage every region, hosted by Matt Chick and Mike Rooney. And you can follow the amazing kids as they experience their own Little League World Series adventure. Download the Little League World Series app, watch highlights, photos, schedules, and more. Available in the app stores for Apple and Android devices. 7-2 lead, Southern California, with 4 already across in the top half of the fourth. With 2 down, the new pitcher is Luke Guevara coming in for Mason Hall.
Mason Hall, 3 2/3, 8 hits, 6 earned runs, 7 runs total, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. And again, left 2 runners on base right now. He's still responsible for those 2 runners.
Tegan Cochran, the last batter in the continuous order, is up there, and he's hit by the pitch. And the bases are loaded.
Luke visibly not happy with himself after that pitch. So let him know, man, it's the first pitch. You're okay. Don't shake your head. Just keep your confidence high. You're good, dude.
Luke throws right-handed. He's a left-handed bat. Has the biggest personality on the team. In a tough spot here now with, oh my goodness. Kirk is hit by the pitch. Let's hope he's okay. He is, as he tried to duck away from that one, hit by the pitch, and a run comes across.
Always a dangerous situation when you see a ball towards somebody's head like that. You feel for him. You want to make sure he's okay. And this one thing I love about Little League, going and saying my bad to the hitter. It's a tough situation to come into these games. Runners on first and third like that with 2 outs with an offense that is going. And you can tell he's a little visibly shaken. 2 batters faced, 2 pitches, 2 hit batters. You never want that for anybody.
5 runs across in this inning, now an 8-2 lead. And that brings up Jesus Quadra. Southern California's bats have come alive. They got 1 in the first, 2 in the third, and then 5 more here in this inning. There's a strike. Tough spot to come in, and you just hope that he can gather his nerves here a little bit.
Absolutely. You can tell it's a really tough spot. You can tell he's having a hard time dealing with the body language.
That ball gets away from the catcher and heads up base running. Runners move up. Ruiz comes in from third to make it a 9-2 game.
You know, some guys get really comfortable coming in this situation. Some guys have trouble with it. And this is something you have to learn. You have to go through moments like this to learn how to pitch in these situations.
Outside, 3-1 now to Quadra. Guy that has been a clutch hitter this season. Also plays basketball and flag football. 3-1 offering. It's ball 4, and the bases are loaded again. So everybody in the lineup is going to hit in this inning for Southern California as Leo Gonzalez stands in.
The gentle giant in a giant situation for him.
Has 3 home runs this season. Right back to the pitcher. Guevara throws him out to end the inning. 6 runs across. Top half of the fourth. Southern California now a 7-run cushion. 6 runs in the top half of the 4th to break open this close game. Southern California in front of Northern California. West Region opening round matchup here at San Bernardino. Want your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League baseball or softball? Visit playlittleleague.org. Enter your address to find a Little League community program near you. 8 hits for Southern California. And some work to do for the San Ramon Valley Little Leaguers. It will be the top of the order, Mason Hall against Noah Kirk. Tegan Cochran is now playing right field. Sevilla is in left, changes defensively. And Gonzalez at first base. Well, you can't get it back with one swing. So you're down 7. And maybe some patience could be the ticket here, make him work a little bit.
Without a doubt, especially when you're facing a guy who only has 46 pitches going into the 4th inning. The guy Noah Kirk, 3 innings pitched so far, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, and the biggest thing is 0 walks. Patience is the key right now.
Check swing, did Hall go? Yes, he did, said Brian Riley. So Hall has struck out a couple times.
Tried to hold up and just didn't quite hold up. Pitches away and check swings on it. Just got it probably a little bit too much. Got it close call, but they had him out.
How do you like that location there?
Perfect, absolutely perfect. You know, Kirk really feeling his pitches now, feeling comfortable. Yes, ran in a little trouble in the 2nd inning, but now he has got on the mound and he's taking that ball with a lot more confidence.
Now Milo Kaiser called out on strikes his first time up. His dream to play shortstop for the San Francisco Giants. So here's in his collection, he keeps a Milo Candini card in his bag. He was the last Milo to make Major League Baseball with the Phillies in 1950, and his name's Milo, so that's why he has it. How about that?
You just have a baseball card in your back pocket of him? That's awesome.
With a player named Milo.
I mean, how many do you have, right? Because I imagine I would have accidentally washed my pants with it in there. Like, me at 12 years old was not responsible enough to have a baseball card, 1950s baseball card in the back pocket.
But he researches the history of baseball. He finds a Milo and finds a 1950 Phillies card. That's fantastic. He's on. Good AB.
That's exactly what you have to do. Be patient. Hey, it's 7 runs. It feels like it's a huge amount to try to overturn it. It feels like it's 14, but you only get it by 1 run at a time, 1 batter at a time, 1 pitch at a time.
And that is the first walk given up by Noah Kirk. Camden Kangas, their number 3 hitter.
Kangas Khan, great nickname.
That might be that's got to be up there, top of the list. We've had some good ones. His favorite movie, Facing Nolan.
Good baseball film.
There's a wild pitch from Kirk. Kaiser's going to move up to second. He hasn't had many get away from him. This is game 1, West Region play at Houghton Stadium. Here's the 2-1 offering.
No, at the 56 pitch mark, getting the next mark to look for is 65.
And he blows that fastball by Kangas. Strikeout number 5 for Noah Kirk. Now the cleanup hitter, Camden Perkis. He had a really good at-bat last time up there. Went opposite field with a single.
Noah starting him off speed after the big fastball to Camden Kangas.
He's ahead on the count against Perkis here, 0-2 now.
2 in a row. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a big fastball up or another one down in the dirt. But I think right here, when you step out of the plate, Camden's doing a great job as a hitter, stepping out, just breathing. Now let's see if he goes fastball up or breaking ball down.
Fastball, bouncing ball to Ruiz at shortstop. Settles in, throws on the money to end the inning. Couple Ks in the inning for Noah Kirk. And they maintain the 7-run deficit. A big 4th inning for Southern California in this West Region opening round game, in front by 7 as they've out-hit the kids from the East Bay in this one. Let's take a look at other action in San Bernardino. West Region play, Northern California, Southern California here. Arizona and Hawaii coming up today. 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. The 1-0 game and the elimination games on ESPN. The championship Friday at 6 Pacific on ESPN. The winner advances to Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And there's a really good chance that the winner from the West Region is going to be right in the thick of things and trying to get a title at the Little League World Series.
Without a doubt, I think every team in the U.S. who wins their region is looking at this West one and saying, we're going to win it, we have to go through one of these teams.
Parker Petty now on the mound for Luke Guevara. Panagiotakis now playing second base defensively. As Grant Milkey is at the plate, fresh off that home run, 4th inning.
Says he collects rocks from his family trips. Do you think he has a rock from this yet?
You could find rocks here. The San Bernardino Mountains are nearby, as that one is behind him. Milky's on.
I think he might collect this one. It might mean a little bit more than some of the other rocks.
Yeah, you got to label them, though. You got to label those. Isaac Ramirez now, already a triple and a single. how about this lineup? I mean, middle of the order, tearing the cover off the ball.
These 8 batters right in the middle have been doing all the damage today. Toughest spot as a pitcher to get through.
Petty's 2-0. Has yet to find the strike zone here in the 5th inning.
The way Isak is swinging the bat, I might give him the swing sign here.
He takes ball 4, so back-to-back walks given up by Petty. In Southern California, they just want to keep the train rolling. They're getting better and better as this game's wearing on. Shutout in the 1st inning, but bats have come alive here as Sebastian Pino has an opportunity.
Number 14, Sebastian Pino.
I love the confidence of some of these kids. Sebastian says, one day I will play for the Padres.
You have to love it. And that's the way you have to think about it. You can't think about it as a dream, as maybe a hope or wish. You say, I'm going to. And that drives your every day.
That is out of play. Third base side. He also has a sense for history. He wears number 14. That was Pete Rose's number, Charlie Hustle.
Ooh. Says here, his coach told him, says he works hard and doesn't complain. Lockdown catcher.
Pulls that one. First baseman has it to the bag. The only play to be made to retire Pino, as Perkis was there. 1 out. Runners move up to 2nd and 3rd. Good piece of hitting, though, getting it to the right side of the infield.
Good job of hitting, getting it over, moving the runners, and now the power of the lineup.
Templeton, Tran, couple doubles already.
I love how he just stays right in there, unfazed by that off-speed pitch on the inner half. Couple doubles, and they are hard hit doubles.
That's driven to center right at Hairston, who makes the catch. Tagging and scoring is Milky, and they add another run.
Tran is not getting fooled by anything today. Swinging the bat very well, and even his outs are productive. And scoring a run, good for him. Good job hitting.
Julian Sevilla now with 2 down. And Ramirez at second base. Sevilla represents the 12th run as he fouls it off. If they can get a couple here, they could bring the 10-run rule into play in the bottom half of this frame if they are able to hold with their defense. One and one. That's pulled to third. Backhanded by Kangas. The throw across in time to end the inning. Another run, though. Southern California has scored in every inning but the first. They lead it 10-2 as we head to the bottom half. Northwest Region play in San Bernardino. 3 region champions will come out of this and head to the Little League World Series. We'll have that elimination game for you. High noon Pacific time, Alaska and Oregon, Idaho and Washington squaring off. The elimination game on ESPN, and then the championship Thursday for the right to go to Williamsport. That Oregon team, looking forward to seeing them on ESPN Plus tomorrow. And Noah Kirk cruising. He's got the 8-run cushion as he faces Brantley Brazil. Really, with the exception of the second inning, he's been spot on the mound.
Without a doubt, again, 4 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, only 1 walk, but 2 runs that second inning. Now we're at 62 pitches. Once he hits that 66 mark, that transitions him to the 4-day off period. Right now, the way they're pitching, I don't know.
Brazil to the second baseman, Tran. 1 down. Great middle infield play here at Houghton Stadium. He's got the hoodie. Works for him. Now Isaac Hairston. Special talent. I'm super fast.
Super fast.
Check swing foul. He's been an impact player with the bat, the glove, and on the bases, number 21. One and two. Doesn't look like Kirk's lost any velocity on that fastball.
And he's letting it go, letting it eat. That was the pitch that transitioned him over the 66 or 65 pitch mark.
And strike 3. That's 6 Ks, 2 down.
Yeah, he is still letting it eat. He's not holding anything back with a great fastball. And then those sliders to play right off of it. Oh, you just feel it. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Captain Kirk, maybe. Give him a different nickname. He has been really good out there. Michael Panagotakis is up now. And they had mentioned that Noah has been a leader in so many ways for this team, with the bat, with the arm.
I love it. You've seen it on the mound, too. He says swing big, obviously as a hitter, but stay humble. So where you see a lot of guys kind of feeling it after strikeouts or feeling after good innings, you really haven't seen any emotion out of him. He's going out there just going about his job. Obviously probably feeling the emotion inside, but not outwardly showing it like a lot of guys.
It's fouled off. And obviously, guys, there are different tactics to get where you need to get. Some guys need that emotion to drive them.
Oh, absolutely. Some guys need that. Some guys need the calmness to bring them down. Some guys need that energy to bring them up. It's all about different flows, different feelings of the game. You kind of like it when you see somebody just going out there with a job and you can tell he's into it, but he's not having to live on emotion.
Two is a little bit high. Chasing that one. That was outside the zone. Panagotakis still 3-2 now. Fouls off another one. Michael's dad was on the Greek national team and played baseball at Cal. Sure has some stories. 8th pitch of the AB coming. To the shortstop. Ruiz, long throw. Wow. Got him. Northern California goes 1-2-3. Still an 8-run lead.
Southern California starting to run away with this 10-2 ball game, but the name of the game is Noah Kirk. 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts here. As you're watching them being able to mix in fastballs and curveballs and timing, doing it all.
The ace has been just that. You see the pitch count. Big innings, though, the story, especially the 6-run fourth for Southern California as they broke open the game. How about Milky with that laser, that line drive home run in the 4th?
Just bomb. Not even a full swing either. Incredible.
So continuing on is Parker Petty on the mound as Northern California is down to their final 3 outs here. Southern California looking for some insurance as it'll be the bottom part of the order. James Griffin to lead things off. He has struck out and also walked and scored in that big 4th inning. First pitch, grounder to 3rd. Kangas, 1 away.
The batter, number 9, Asher Giglio.
Looking pretty smooth over there at the hot corner. That brings up Asher Giglio.
Asher's been on base twice with a double and a walk, scored both times.
His favorite movie, Spider-Man.
Which one?
I don't know. That was, you know, the new one or the old one? I mean, you can go back a few years.
I got to go old one then. I like it. He likes the classics.
Pulls that one, and that's past the 3rd baseman and down the line. Giglio wants 3, but holds on at 2nd base.
Just past the diving 3rd baseman. Giglio, great job of hitting again. 2nd double today, been on base all 3 times. You know, we talked about this, the bottom part of this lineup really coming through for Southern California.
Panagiatakos is in left, Isoms in center, and Brazil at shortstop now changes defensively.
Making the pitching change, making sure that they can keep him for another day so he doesn't have to rest if he has to pitch tomorrow. Right at 20 pitches.
So that'll be it for Parker Petty in this 10-2 game. A pitching change at Houghton Stadium. Top half of the 6th inning. And Petty will head over to first base. 10-2, West Region play. Ten-2 game, top half of the 6th inning. Southern California, impressive display offensively, and they have had great pitching from their ace, Noah Kirk, as well. A pitching change for their opponent. Northern California will go with Camden Perkis, the left-hander here. 12-year-old, their 4th pitcher of the day. One out, runner on second, and Mateo Ruiz at the plate.
Camden Perkis, one of the toughest workers on the team. Jackson Holliday's favorite player.
His dad played in the Yankees and Orioles organizations. Kind of a cool deal.
This walk-up is Enter Sandman.
Oh, yeah. Now, that's got to be almost considered, can we say a classic? I mean, I don't know, maybe that's not far enough back. It depends on your frame of reference. I mean, some people think classic rock is like 70s and 80s, but yeah, I think so.
To this generation is classic. Yeah, it hurts my heart.
3-0 to Ruiz. That's on the corner for a strike.
Mateo Ruiz and Marty Ice. Love the nickname there.
And he's on. Takes ball 4. Runners at first and second with 1 down. He's reached 3 times.
We reached 3 times. 2 base hits. Been scored both times, just like Giglio. Both times scored. I'm trying to keep that train running.
Last hitter in the continuous order, Tegan Cochran now. Ground ball to second. And Brazil to the shortstop to get the force play. Cochran reaching on the fielder's choice. 2 away. Runners on the corners now.
Just not hard enough to turn the double play, but good job by the second baseman to flip it to second and get the out. At this point, when you're Southern California, just get outs. Or sorry, Northern California, get as many outs.
And here's Noah Kirk. He's had a big day. A couple RBIs, had a run-scoring single in the 3rd. Hit by pitch with the bases loaded. Oh, good job by the catcher there. That could have easily gotten away. His role model is this guy.
Alejandro Kirk, catcher for the Blue Jays. I actually worked with him when I worked for the Blue Jays. I remember seeing him in rookie ball. He was our third catcher in rookie ball, but every pitcher loved to work with him. It was like throwing to a pillow. Everybody talked about absolutely perfect catching. It was soft hands. And they loved how he called pitches. And I'll never forget when we had an opportunity to move him up to Dunedin from our rookie level team. Email going around and kept saying his name kept popping up. Moved him and he never looked back.
Wow. And that's hammered by Kirk, and that ball is off the top of the fence. 1 run scores, throw to the plate, not in time, and Kirk ends up at third. 2 more across. Giglio and Cochran score to make it 12-2.
Kirk getting every little bit of this ball. Perfect follow through, absolutely picturesque follow through, hitting the top of the wall, or hitting the wall and going into third. That was a beautiful swing.
Well, he's driven in 4 now. To go along with that great pitching, here's Jesus Quadra. And time is called here as Quadra hit by the pitch. Twelve runs on 10 hits. Southern California's really made a statement in this first game in the West Region.
Without a doubt. I know the game's not over with yet by any means, but man, they look good. They've come here ready to play. You could tell from that first inning on, they were here to set a tone, and they've not taken their foot off the gas pedal.
Leo Gonzalez now. And, you know, so much made of what they've done with the bats, but you know, look at their pitching and their defense. Just the 2 runs allowed in the second. They've only allowed 2 hits. The 12 runs ties Idaho for most in a game in this regional. Steve Winnick, the manager, he just loves the way this team has gelled. 6 new players this year. And you just got the sense in hearing from him this week, he had a lot of confidence in what they could do.
Without a doubt, when we had an opportunity to talk to him, he just seemed like he had the game plan ready. He believed in his kids. They gelled really early this summer, and they haven't looked back since.
And Gonzalez hit by the pitch. So that's going to load up the bases. They'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Grant Milkey, who already has that home run.
And what a home run it was. Absolute bomb. Line drive.
Perkis in there for strike 1. Southern California scored in every inning but the first. The extra base hits in the 4th were big, and there's another hit for Milkey. He goes opposite field with that one, scoring a couple more. Cochran and Kirk score 14-2 now, 4 across here in the top half of the 6th. Remember, Northern California led 2-1 after 2 innings, but it has been an offensive showcase since. Isaac Ramirez, strike 1.
Walk-up song, "Welcome to the Jungle."
That would have to be considered another classic for these kids.
Eric Gagne's walk-up song in Dodger Stadium. That was a good one. That crowd gets going when you hear that.
Well, Ramirez has also had a big day. Triple, single, and a walk today. Swings and misses at that one, and that will end the inning. A strikeout, but the drop third strike, so he makes it to first base. And the home plate umpire, Bill Vaccaro, wants to talk here. Originally, he said batters out, and then there was the drop third strike, so they're going to talk it over.
I think he's going to talk it over. The fact that he called it as a batter's out, the catcher might have slowed down a little bit, didn't go hustle for the ball. He might have disrupted play just a little bit. So sometimes you just got to make the right call in these decisions. You at least have the conversation about it, right?
Again, volunteer umps out there. Vaccaro, Brian Riley, Tony Bogart, Dennis Ingles convening on the infield grass. And we'll continue on here. It's strikeout, but a drop third strike, so Ramirez at first base.
Yeah, sometimes that's a hard call. As an umpire, you want to call him out immediately, but he knew it. He knew he messed up and called the umpires in, wanted to have a conversation about it. Now it looks like they might even review it, or maybe have a conversation with the head umpire.
Yeah, they're behind home plate, and they've got the headsets on here, Bill Vaccaro and company. Here's a look.
See the curveball in the dirt. See, he called him out immediately. Beats the throw at first, it looks like. (14-2) game. Southern California in control here. 2 big innings, a 6-run fourth and a 4-run sixth. And the headsets are on as they'll try to sort this one out. I think in the meanwhile, we're making some pitching moves, defensive changes here for Northern California. A bunch of guys moving around.
Again, double elimination, modified double elimination. So, you know, obviously it's been a tough day for Northern California here, but you've got another opportunity down the road. And, you know, a lot of these things, as you know, from day to day in baseball, you just don't know how things are going to play out. They have been very successful this season, winning their state championship via the run rule. Just hasn't been their day. They've run into a buzzsaw today.
Well, even for Southern California and Sweetwater Valley, they were talking about one of the big motivators for them was they lost the game early in their districts. And that's what motivated them and pumped them up to then go on a run, win district, and win their state, the Southern State title. Sometimes at games like this, it doesn't matter what the scoreboard is. You take it as a motivator and you can run through this thing. And there's nothing that could, might stop them from meeting again in a championship to win this region.
Camden Kangas is going to be the new pitcher here. He'll be the 5th of the day. Big right-hander.
The Kangas Khan on the mound.
So base is full, 2 down. Ramirez reaching after striking out on that drop ball, and Sebastian Pino at the plate. He's 0 for 3 today. You heard Bill Vaccaro down there. Sounds like they've got everything sorted out. And this gives big number 99 a chance. 5'8", 179. Kangas. He had 9 strikeouts in their state championship win, the championship game.
Probably weren't wanting to go to him here. Didn't want to have to pitch him in this game. But you know what? When it doesn't matter, you get to a point, you got to get out of the inning, got to get through the game. You're not going to hit, most likely, you're not going to hit a 21 pitch count with only 1 out to go in the game. But it also gets him on the mound, gets him feeling good, gets him feeling that pressure and everything that you want the players to get through early in games, and allows him to feel the game a little bit on the mound.
Looks like he comes over the top a little bit here.
Yes. Uses that big frame well.
Pino, their everyday catcher, up there with 2 down and the bases full, trying to add to this 12-run cushion. Fouls it off. Sebastian, also a soccer player. .4'11", 95-pound catcher, does the tough work back there. And that's going to skip past the catcher and to the backstop, and that's run number 15. Gonzalez scores. And runners move up to second and third. And he lost grip of the ball. He lost grip of the ball, and Milky will come in, and it's 16-2. A balk there. Ramirez moves up to third base.
No pitch. No pitch.
Since the ball didn't cross the line, it's not a pitch. If the ball crossed the line, then it's not a balk, it's a pitch, but the ball didn't cross it, so it's a balk.
1-2 now to Pino. 2 6-run innings for Southern California. They have won 3 Southern California state titles and off to a good start here in the West region. 2-2 now. Pretty good game to get the momentum rolling, huh?
Absolutely. If you're Southern California, you're feeling this right now. You're feeling great about your start in this regional.
Ground ball to short. Kaiser's throw is there to end the inning. 6 runs. 16-2. Southern California will try to close this out. A closer look at the West Region bracket. The matchup of California kids here. Arizona and Hawaii coming up next on ESPN+. You've got the 1-0 game on ESPN and the elimination game, the championship Friday. And that's 6 Pacific time from Houghton Stadium. That winner will advance to the Williamsport, Pennsylvania site, and the Little League World Series. Jesus Quadra comes in for Kirk, who goes 5 innings and was fantastic, striking out 6. And this is a guy that had a 15K shutout this season. He'll try to slam the door shut and get win number 1.
15K strikeout. Again, there's only 18 strikeouts or 18 outs possible. That might even been a shortened game. Incredible stuff. And you can see at first pitch, he has an electric fastball.
Dane Isom fouling off the first offering.
Jesus Quadra loves nachos. Who doesn't?
And the Beastie Boys, there's a ground ball knocked down by the third baseman, and Giglio can't make a throw over there. That's Templeton Tran, who just came into the game playing third. He gets the ball knocked down, but not able to do anything with it. And Isom's on. Error on the third baseman.
So it happens. You come into the game, first time playing third base, ball finds you immediately. Would have been a tough play, though.
Now Blake Anderson, and that skips past the catcher and to the backstop as Isom moves down to second base. He's got the hoodie, too. Quadra out there. And we touched on this early, 100 degrees. It's about the look. It's the style thing. It has nothing to do with the conditions.
100 degrees exactly right now. You look good, you feel good, you play good.
I mean, you can't knock it. Look, I mean, 16 runs on the board. You're doing everything right out there. Two and one now. You mentioned the mock turtleneck. That was your fashion go-to.
Yes.
But I don't know about the hoodie.
I'm not a hoodie. You know, I used to coach a lot of flag football. Kids were doing the hoodies in Arizona, 110 degrees, 105 degrees. And they're doing run around in hoodies. Like, guys, you never even put it on your head.
So it kind of looks like a cape a little bit. That Superman vibe to it.
He's got to move it every pitch, throw it back there.
Quadra's 3-1 to Anderson. That's a strike. How about Noah Kirk, though? 6 Ks, 1 walk in his 5 frames to set this up. Of course, got plenty of run support behind him. 3-2 offering. Outside with that one. If you're Northern California here, this one, you know, huge uphill climb, but you're looking for some momentum heading into game 2.
Just something. Your tournament's not over with by any means. And you know what? You might even have an opportunity to come out today. It's going to be very tough, but you have an opportunity. So you're just trying to get a little something going. Again, you are going to have to beat these teams to win the regional anyways. You know what? You might take this one a little shot off the chin, but you get up and you keep fighting.
Parker Petty now hits it hard to third. Giglio, or Tran bobbles it, takes it to the bag for the out. That's the first out of the inning as they get the lead runner Isom over there. Tran stayed with it.
Took him a couple tries, but he got it. Hey, at third base, hard shot at you. You just knock it down. You know you got to play right there at the bag. It doesn't have to be pretty. Just get it done.
Now Luke Guevara. Bounce back to the pitcher, first time up. Bouncer up the middle. That's going to find its way into center field. They're going to hold the runners. Bases are full now.
Some life. Some life from NorCal. Let's go.
That sets up the last hitter in this continuous batting order. The coach's kid, Jackson Aldino. Three hits in the game now for the East Bay kids. Aldino has been to 15 national parks. Pretty impressive. And that one is right back up the middle for a base hit. RBI for Jackson Aldino, 16-3.
One batter, one run, one pitch at a time. Just start chomping away a little bit, start a little something. Again, it's going to be very hard to come back in this game, but you're just trying to get something going for the rest of this tournament.
Southern California pitching had retired 11 of the last 12 batters prior to this inning. It was Kirk, and now it's Quadra out there. And here's the top of the order, Mason Hall. He struck out a couple times. Hall looked good on the mound early, and then the Southern California bats came alive. High and tight with that one. You like all those crooked numbers up there? If you're a pitcher?
Doesn't feel right. No.
Grounder to third. Tran has it. He'll go to the bag for the second out. That does score a run. Coming across is Petty at 16-4. But they're out 1 out away now.
Yes, smart move by Tran. Get that lead runner. It's right there. Kind of slows down the rally a little bit. Yes, you could have thrown it across the diamond, but that doesn't create forces. You still keep these forces and you allow your pitcher to get more out opportunities.
So Milo Kaiser, the number 2 hitter, as Southern California tries to close the door here. Fastball upstairs. This Sweetwater Valley Little League team. Depth in the lineup, we knew that top to bottom. Pitching, lights out from Kirk. They've got all the intangibles. They run the bases well. The defense has been fundamentally sound.
Again, complete offense, complete baseball is their goal, and they look like it today.
Strike on the corner, 2-1. Jesus Quadra deals, grounder to the shortstop. Ruiz to the bag, that'll do it. 16-4 the final. A dominant offensive performance for the Southern California kids. A couple 6-run innings, and they win the opening round game here in West Region play as we take a closer look at the bracket. Dominant performance from Sweetwater Valley Little League. They move on to a Tuesday matchup. Arizona and Hawaii coming up next. And the Southern California team has made a lot of noise here early in this region.
Without a doubt, complete baseball. They did it with pitching, they did it with hitting, base running, defense, everything. And really the name to remember from this game, Noah Kirk, 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 runs, and the 6 strikeouts really took this game over.
An impressive win for the kids from Bonita, California. 16-4 winners over Northern California. More to come from San Bernardino, Arizona, and Hawaii as West Region play continues. Thanks to David Aardsma. I'm Trey Bender saying so long for now from Houghton Stadium.